What's up, y'all? Welcome back to Pammy's house. I'm Pammy, and today we're going to be talking about something that everybody does on their phone, but nobody does in real life. We're talking about clearing your cache. You know how your phone gets slow, starts glitching, apps crashing, and you run out of storage? And you're like, what the heck is wrong with this thing? But then you clear your cache, and then suddenly everything starts working again? Well, the same thing goes for your life. And today, we're going to go through it, section by section. So let's get into it. So first, what is cache? Cache is all the stored data that your phone keeps from the things that you already did. The websites you visited, the apps you ran, the things that you don't even remember doing anymore. And over time, that data piles up and it slows everything down. Your mind works the same way. You got cache data from relationships that ended, conversations that hurt you, the things that people said that you never released, old versions of yourself that you don't even live in anymore. But your brain is still running those files in the background, still processing, still using the energy, still slowing you down. And then you wonder why you're exhausted, why your reaction to something today feels like something from 5 years ago. Because it is. That's the cache. The first step is recognizing what is stored. What are you still running that you haven't cleared? Now, storage is different from cache. Cache is temporary data. Storage is what you're intentionally holding on to. And when your storage is full, there's no room for anything new. So think about it. You say you want new opportunities, new relationships, new peace, new chapters, but your storage is still full of old stuff. Old grudges taking up gigabytes, old pain you never processed, old identities that don't fit anymore, old versions of people who changed. You holding on to who somebody was instead of seeing who they are, or more importantly, who you are now. When your storage is full, new things can't download. So what are you holding on to that needs to go? Not because it wasn't real, and not because it didn't matter, but because it's taking up space. It's taking up the space that your next level needs. Now stacking is a little different. Stacking is what you're intentionally building, what you're adding to your system on purpose. Because here's the thing, most of us are really good at clearing out the bad stuff when we get tired enough, but we don't replace it with anything intentional. So the cache clears, the storage opens up, and then we just fill it back up with the same things. Different people, same patterns. Different job, same habits. Different city, same version of you. Stacking is, what am I building on purpose? What inputs am I choosing? What am I surrounding myself with? What am I reading, watching, listening to? What kind of conversations am I having? Because your system becomes whatever you consistently feed it. You can't build a new life on the same old inputs. Stack intentionally, or the cache will fill right back up. Now, y'all know what a block list is, right? Some things just don't get accessed anymore. And I'm not just talking about people. I'm talking about habits, thought patterns, environments, conversations, energy. Some things had access to you that no longer deserve it. And we keep giving that access because we feel guilty for protecting ourselves. Because we were taught that love means leaving the door open for everybody. But love without boundaries isn't love. It's a liability. Your block list, that's sacred. Because not every knock deserves to come in. Not every call deserves to be answered. Not every opinion deserves to be entertained. And here's the hard part. Sometimes the things that need to go on the block list is the old version of yourself. The version of yourself that self-sabotages. The version that shrinks. The version that says yes when everything in you says no. Block that version. She doesn't get access anymore either. So, when's the last time you updated yourself? Not your look, not your status, your actual operating system. Because here's what happens when you don't update. You're running on old software, trying to handle new situations, old beliefs about what you deserve, old stories about what's possible for you, old programming from people that didn't even know what you're capable of. And then you wonder why the new thing keeps crashing? It's not the new thing. It's that your system isn't updated to support it yet. The update is the work, the therapy, the books, the prayer, the journaling, the hard conversations you keep avoiding, the patterns that you keep identifying but not changing. The update is uncomfortable because it requires you to admit the current version isn't working anymore. And that's okay. Every system needs updates. You're not broken. You're just running on old software. Update yourself. Your next level requires it. And this is the one people skip. They do all the work, clear the cache, free the storage, stack intentionally, block what needs to go, do the update, and then they stop. And then 6 months later, they're back at square one wondering why the phone is slow again. Maintenance isn't a one-time thing, y'all. It's a practice. Daily check-ins with yourself, weekly evaluations of your inputs, a monthly review of who has access to you. That 168 hours we get every week, how many of those are you actually spending on maintenance? Because maintenance is how you keep the gains. It's how you don't drift back. It's how the new version becomes the permanent version. The people who transform and stay transformed, they ain't special. They just made maintenance non-negotiable. So what does your maintenance look like? What's the daily practice that keeps you clear? All right, y'all. So let's recap. Clear the cache. Let go of what you're still processing that no longer serves you. And then free your storage. Stop holding on to things that's taking up space for your next level. Then stack intentionally. Choose your inputs on purpose. Don't forget that block list. Update your block list. Protect your access. And do the update. Do the actual work of becoming. And maintain. Make it a practice, not a phase. Your phone doesn't run itself, and neither do you. You are the system, and the system needs you to manage it. I'm Pammy. This is Pammy's Method, and if this helps somebody today, share it, save it, come back to it, because somebody in your life needs to clear their cache too. I'll catch y'all on my next one. Later.